Hey there, this is Simone. Today I am here with a Project Life process video for the scrap room. This is actually my last one for them. I have decided to step down from the team because Project Life is just not my focus anymore. As you can see, my paper is crinkled. I'm showing you the October portion of the September October Shots of Life kit. And the mail person decided that they could just fold the envelope in the middle. I told Rochelle from the scrap room, she was wondering if she needed to send me a new set of papers. I told her I was going to be fine because I'm cutting them down anyway for Project Life spreads. And if you wanted to see exactly what was included in the kit, you can just go back to the list that I showed you and pause the video and read it off there. There are so many cute Halloween fall themed things included. I love the paper from Crate Paper with the Halloween stuff that you also the puffy stickers that you just saw were included in this, and then this was Amy Tangerine. And week 46 is a bit later than Halloween, so I couldn't use the Halloween stuff in here. So I decided to go with this Dear Lizzie paper. It is called A Simple Hello, and I'm looking for papers or cards that I can use in my spreads. Those cut apart sheets often have lots of filler cards, which I find rather complicated to use. And so I'm just looking around and familiarizing myself with the items that came in the kit. I also decided for this month, these two spreads that I'm creating, I will have one, not a video for it, just a regular page. At the end of the video, you can see both of them. For those two projects to pull in, now I lost my train of thought. Oh yes, exactly. That's what I was going to say. To pull in a title card from my stash, because that was the thing that I struggled most during my time as a design team member on the team. So now I'm looking, okay, so I've decided I'm going to use this filler card and put this arrow. I went through the cards that we received from the September portion and looked if I found something. Again, I'm still struggling. And then I decide, okay, well, I can totally use this card here and just cover it up with a journaling spot that I create using white cardstock. I love using repurposing journaling cards like that. Just you can use any kind of pattern paper for this. Just cut it down and you have the color, but then you cut down a white cardstock that is just a sliver smaller than the 3x4 card, and then you have the color in the background and you have the journaling spot on the front. So I'm looking through my cards and I found one. I decided that I was going with this off-white, and that's why I took away the card that was behind this journaling spot that I'm cutting down right now. It looked a bit large, and so I decided to just go and trim it down a bit more. And then I decided I was going to round the corners of my cards because the title card has rounded corner. It is one of the journaling cards from a Project Life kit. I still have some of those. I've gotten rid of most of them. So this is like when I started Project Life in 2014. That was what I started out with. And usually I'm not too concerned with my cards having rounded corners and non-rounded corners and mixing them up. But here it felt odd to just have that one card that didn't have rounded corners. And so I tried to make it cohesive by rounding the corners on journaling spots, some of the cards, as you can see, and then I think that's all that I'm rounding. I don't think I rounded any of the photos, which is odd, but that's just how I rolled with this spread, and I do like it, so it's perfectly fine. Even if you think that's totally odd, I agree with you. It worked. I didn't have any problems, and so it's in my album, and that's all that counts. Um, so the way I'm working, as you can see, I'm choosing all the cards and then I'm thinking about what I want to say about each of the photos. I have in the past, not right now, not for these weeks, but before when I was doing Project Life, what I did usually was pick the photos and write down like bullet points for things I want to journal about. Or it's not even a bullet point, but because bullet points would be almost journaling, just not all of the journaling, I would write one signifying word so that I wouldn't remember what I wanted to write. And that actually really helps me a lot. If you need more to trigger your memory, then you obviously have to write more. But what I used to do, I would write the week number that I was going to in a little notebook that I kept all year long. So I would add all the weeks, the dates, and then I usually picked the photos, wrote down which photo, and just made a list. So I have here that would be a title card, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 slots. Or if you treat the 4x6 slots as one, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And so I usually picked a mix of five photos, sometimes four, for the week, so that I would be able to write about that. And that is all. And then I just wrote one, and I wrote one word so that I could jog my memory, and then I could go back at any time. I don't know, any time, like in 10 years, would I know what I meant with this specific word? I'm not sure. But I have kept a book for 2016, and I still remember what I wanted to write about. So it's 2019 now. So just to give you a time frame on what I'm talking about. If you knew you were coming back to this in 3, 4, 5 years and you needed more words, then definitely that would be the way to go. But I really liked having that step done, and that is something that I was able to pull off almost every week of that year, and it didn't take up a lot of time. I just scheduled it when I was planning for the next week. I would go in and pick the photos and put them in a folder on my computer and wrote it down on my paper, and then I would be ready to go for whenever. I usually I think I ordered the photos as well, and sent them off to Costco, which is one of my weekly shopping stops. So I would just pick them up when I was grocery shopping the next day. That was kind of a long time ago. I am not doing that anymore, and that's why I'm still working on 2018. I haven't worked on anything for 2019 yet. That's a lie, like the first 3 months or so. And I will figure it out when I get there. For now, my goal is to finish 2018. This is the last 2 spreads that I'm using the scrap room kits for, and as you can see, I just added in one stamp set and then I used the embellishments that came in the kit. If you didn't know, that the embellishments that are included in the kit are from the exact same paper lines as the papers that you receive in the kits. They are usually partial packs, but they are enough to create multiple spreads with. Here is the finished spread, weekly spread for week 46. I have the other one right after, whereas I used lots of the Dear Lizzie paper in the first spread. This spread has more of the darker, richer tones that come in the Echo Park collection. And again, I used a journaling card, title card that is from my stash. And I added some journaling bits as well as filler cards. And I absolutely love how this turned out. Thank you so much for watching. I absolutely enjoyed being a member of the design team over at the Scrap Room Kit Club. If you want to keep on seeing videos from me, I would love to have you over on my channel if you are not watching on there. Thank you so much. Until next time, bye.